eyes like a neon sign. Stare you down.
Welcome back to GSL Code S. Now for the losers match, Stats versus Maru. That feels weird to say. Round of 16 losers match.
Two strongest Korean players for the past 2 years. Loser match in the round of 16.
Not able to make it to the round of 8.
One of them.
In fact, eliminated first. One of them.
Yeah, that's a crazy thing. Who do you think? I think for sure Stats wins.
I think he has to, man.
Right? Yeah.
I think Maru, again, he looks good, but he doesn't look as unstoppable. He doesn't have, I don't know, that.
He feels like he's just innovation level right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like a really good, fast macro Terran.
Yeah. Like, he's won like 4 championships, but he can't get to the round of 8. That's what I feel like he's like right now.
Well, it's like we're in a different time. Sometimes you have these Terrans, and what they're doing works, and it crushes everything, and then the game evolves. The whole meta evolves. And a patch comes around here, too. But, I mean, it's not the same game it was before. We saw these guys play just recently, and it did not go well for Maru. Let's see what happens. We're going to start this off on King's Cove. Should be a pretty long game, I think. But let's find out. It's now loaded up.
Fight.
Splice Stats. Jin Air Green Wings, Maru.
So the thing I'm kind of interested in here is what Maru's opener is going to look like. With the faster stim, I think that opens up some possibilities with builds that we didn't quite have before.
For Ire, for Stats.
I feel like my kind of prediction when I saw the patch notes, right, the quicker stim and all, was that could possibly lead to timings that would make Protosses slow down a little bit on their thirds. Big Stats fan.
Still 1 Stats.
Yeah. There. But, yeah, and then it made me think that, I feel like we're going to see Colossus tech maybe go up in value a little bit as an opener.
Yeah, that's sort of the natural Protoss defense against large bunches of Marines.
Yeah.
Is just the
which would be what would be coming with a quick stim timing.
Yeah. Even though Marauders get stim too, you don't get a lot of them right away.
Yeah.
It's much easier to get a lot of Marines out early on. Although we might see people start to really toy with Marauders coming out right away with stim.
Yeah,
they have a lot more sustainability in fights, especially with medevacs involved. So, yeah, I mean, let's find out what happens. I'm always a little bit reluctant to try to call anything too fast with patches as they come out, because sometimes there's just something that changes the game in a way that, like, nobody saw. You'll have a few players with crazy builds that come out and it goes, wow, we're going to have to really look at this from a different angle now.
Yeah, it definitely could be something like that. King's Cove definitely has a multitude of openings that we've seen on it, because you do have that kind of easily defendable third, but we've seen a lot of Terrans on the brink of breaking into that third a lot of times against a lot of strong Protosses, and that was even before the stim. Some of these just 3 racks attacks are doing pretty well. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll just wait and see. It's a quick Twilight coming out of Stats here. Remember, Trap went for that big Blink Stalker all in on this map against Cure. And
That's right.
Was able to knock him out.
Do you think we're going to have that this time around, though? The fact that there's no Robo out yet, maybe we will see the Protoss get aggressive. Generally, if we have a Robo come out, it means they're going to be using the quick Blink upgrade to try to actually catch medevacs, especially Widowmine drops. But
I think that is what we're going to see. Like maybe a 7-gate Blink type of play.
Yeah. No, not defensive.
But to be fair, we haven't seen like a Sentry yet, and you do need
So
that.
there's the Robo. So this is actually going to be.
Yeah, never mind.
This is going to be more like the way Stats always plays.
Yeah.
Much more conservative and kind of in a way respectful to the opportunities that Terran have in the early game.
Yeah. Well, Stats just wants to kind of deflect everything that comes in. Looks like it's probably going to be a Widowmine drop to start off. Be interested to see the speed of the third base here for Stats. Because it seems like he's thinking about taking it very, very soon.
Yeah. Well, you can do this if you are going to play a safe game. Get a few observers out. You know the medevac's going to be inbound. You know, just at the time in the game clock, it should be able to get there. So you try to anticipate that as much as possible and deny that. And that's why we already have the Stalkers now on the outer edge here. Because Protoss is taking a third, that already acts as a scout, even though that third base doesn't have anywhere to really drop it. So he's basically anticipating this to hit the natural, which is exactly where it's going to hit. Maro's going to be coming in here right now.
As long as he doesn't lose that medevac, no harm, no foul.
Right.
I think he'll turn it around, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it would be way too risky to try to actually dive in on this. You can see immediately Stats as the Stalkers scrambling to get out in front of this.
I almost feel like Stats shouldn't move his Stalkers when he sees it. Because his blink is just about to finish, right? Like literally a second later or something. And as soon as you move it, you know that Stats is staring there for the rest of the time. So you have no...
Right.
So, like, why would Maru ever send it in there? I think a lot of weaker Terrans would. They'd be like, I don't know, medevac push is good. And then Stats just shoots it down and gets it.
I don't know, I don't think medevac push is good. Oh, okay, turns around. Now he's going to be able to blink up here. Now, there's actually a decent number of infantry. I think if he blinks up, this is suicide.
Yeah, I don't think you want to do that full blink in. But, hey,
No, just take the depot out.
Yeah, do what you can with what you got. Lemonade and all that.
So there's no way he can get up there, even more so now. The Widow Mines will immediately pop off the rest of those Stalkers. But this is good to stay around here on the outside. Terran is preparing for a push, though. We have that stim about to finish. He does come in here. He's going to go for the medevac and actually, I think, not get it.
I love that he's trying for the medevac, though.
Well, the idea is definitely there. If he can take that out.
Ooh!
Whoa, that was like his last second.
If he hadn't pulled the 3 probes, that actually would have burrowed. Really good call by Stats.
Okay, so the push is going to come out now. Again, if he could tag any of these medevacs, that would be nice. Blinked away a little bit too soon. Stim done. +1 attack is done, and combat shield is done now. So, I mean, right now, the Terran army has just become a lot more scary looking. Cannot quite get back home with those Stalkers.
Yeah, he needs to recall those, actually, because he needs his full force here if he's going to hold. Warping in sentries, you can tell that means he's scared. He's not going to have Guardian Shield up.
He doesn't want to fight. He wants to sandbag this as much as possible.
Yeah, he needs his 1-1 to finish. It's not going to finish, really, before the engagement, though, no matter what.
Maro getting closer and closer here. More Warpins coming in.
And this is what I was talking about with these stim timings have done well already, but now that, you get stim, you get your combat shields done very quickly. I like that he comes down for a moment, but can he actually stop
Oh my god, the Immortal might be isolated. Pretty good force fields, though. He actually manages to get that Immortal backed off really nicely. Stats with just stellar defense here.
Yeah, it really is.
It's hard to attack in, though, on King's Cove. It's hard to get up there when they're on 3 bases. In some ways, it's like the worst time to attack. Now, I know that the stim timing has changed here with the patch, but you are seeing, again, the map sort of dictating the pace of the game regardless of when that new stim timing is that they just can't quite... You can't quite get up there easily.
Yeah, it was scary for a moment, though.
Yeah.
It looked like it was something that might be able to work out. The 2 sentries really saving his bacon there. Now, Maru coming back. His army is strong. It's very, very strong. There's only 1 battery, but there is a cannon as well. Ooh, that's good by Stats. Yeah, that's
he just
real
totally
good by Stats.
Beat that down.
Yeah,
and now it's like...
See how his Stalkers are not even here? They're waiting for a medevac that he knows that a player as good as Maru has out there, and he does, too. Maru has it there. The Stalkers are waiting, though.
Literally holding position under a Widow, under a observer. Well, spoke too soon there.
Now he gets his Prism. Time to send that out
so
for some counter.
We don't have a third base yet for Terran.
What a beautiful game by Stats.
Well, this is... perfect.
Beautiful.
Just defensive play. He's just going to get further ahead. There's that third base landing now. But I think in a real shift as far as who's in control of this game, Stats can begin to push out. And I don't know if when this push finally comes, if he's going to be able to hold off an attack.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit scary. He's going to be down 2 upgrades, and there's going to be Psystorm. But he is getting into Ghosts already, so that definitely helps. Let's see if he can block this Prism harassment well. Because this could just be another headache on top of everything else.
staying way on the edge here. He'll unload over here where the workers are. Now, there is one Viking out here, so you can't really stay out for that long. He might even want to just recall that back home. Yeah, that's definitely the best move.
Really happy to see that Viking. There are so many Terrans, even of pro level, that will not have that Viking when the medevac comes, or the prism comes in.
And that's the difference between just being able to deny this, ever having a mass warp in that can keep coming out over and over again.
Otherwise, he'll just sit there.
Or you're safe. Oh.
Wow.
Wait. Oh, okay. I was about to say, I'm like, can you really kill all that with just...
Really, yeah. Well, he gets 5 probes.
Oh, my God.
That's because he was
all right.
Ooh, that's a big catch right there. Did Stats frown?
I was looking, for some reason, with our lighting in the studio, Maru's face is lit and Stats is in the dark.
That was 4 High Templars in there.
Oh, was it?
That was 4 High Templars. That was not 4 Zealots. That's crazy. Ouch. You can see him making a disruptor now. Oh, no, he cancels. He's like, I'm afraid. Then he's like, no, I'm not.
Okay, now he's doing it again.
I just wanted to get my +3 going. That gas is tight, you know?
So, maybe Stats attacks out here anyways. Again, got to be careful. I don't think there's an observer over with that.
That's all right. You just run into it and kill it. All right, 4 Vikings being made right now. Maybe it's because he scanned the Colossus Tech and the double Robo.
We have no Colossus.
Or maybe it's just to push back. We'll see. Yeah. 4 Vikings, I think, is fine. If he makes another round, he's starting another one.
I think he's confused.
Because you can zone out the Prism, which drops the High Templars, which is actually a very powerful move because that's how Protosses win so many battles at these weird supply numbers.
Just bursting down with Psystorm.
Yeah, but he's still making Vikings, so it feels like this is too many for that. Like, I don't think you need 6. I think this is going to make 7 Vikings for him, actually. Oh, and he's making more. Yeah, no, he's countering Colossus blindly now, and there's no Colossus to counter.
Okay, this is a bit of a mistake, though, here from Maru. Again, it's just not the same Maru we're used to seeing.
Well, if he was making Colossus, you'd be like, damn, he's so on top of his Vikings.
Yes, but that's the thing, is that he's not.
Yeah.
So,
oh, and now he scans and sees it. Bam, insta-cancels the Vikings.
He realizes he misread that situation. Now, this might be a good moment to try to attack in here, although it's going to be hard to get the Warp Prism drop off.
Yeah.
With the Templars, it's still, I mean, the number of disruptors you have, kind of hard for this infantry army to really deal with that.
Yeah, against this type of army, you can't really do a heads-up attack because disruptors are too good defensively. Like, you have to respect the disruption ball no matter what. So I feel like from here, Maru has to really think about running around a little bit more, hitting multiple edges, but Stats is not overexpanding at all.
Okay, the disruptor balls are going to start to make a no man's land. A mobile one at that, where you can't quite get close to the Protoss. But notice how conservative Stats is being. He really just does not want to overextend. I think he wants to finish up that 3-3 upgrade and then engage.
I think you're probably right about that. He's also going into his Tempest tech, which will pre-counter this tech from Marvin. Wow, that was huge
that was really good. Armor about to finish, about 10 seconds out. Great stimming down here. Again, trying to separate. Nice force fields.
Some amazing EMPs there and everything, but the disruptors are just killing it.
Okay, now Protoss techs into Tempest.
Yeah, and it's in perfect time to stop this massing of Liberators that's occurring. But he does still have those Vikings, let's not forget, right? So that will give a little bit of buffer at least to those Tempests. Do you feel like one of these players is the good guy and the other one's the bad guy?
What, is Mario the good guy?
Well, the thing is, I always feel like Stats is a good guy because he's always playing macro games.
Yeah, I was going to say, he always plays safe and conservative and tries to win with better tech.
But
normally view that as the good guy. I mean, the guy that cheats and we're like, oh, this guy's bad. Like, he has no morals at all.
Yeah, and in TVP, I generally look at the Terran as the good guy, you know? It's just like, I don't know. I think that a lot of people do, though.
I don't think that's true, Artosis.
Really?
These disruptors coming forward, yeah.
Huh. Okay.
I'm always viewing the Protoss as the good guy against the Terran.
Well, that actually makes me view you as the ultimate bad guy.
By the way, he can't quite get in there, and Terran's taking 12 o'clock. The Liberator's really making it, at least for now, impossible to breach any of this area. So stats expands again. He's got a really nice fan-down army here. He's just so ready. Like, if Terran tries to move, he's just going to kill it.
It's such a beautiful spread of High Templars. He's got stuff scouting all over the place. He's taken additional bases seamlessly. He's getting all of his tech, including double Cybernetics Core Tempest upgrades, including Dark Shrine. He's starting to make mass batteries and cannons to have areas to fall back upon. Oh my god, I mean, he's playing, like, this is a chillingly perfect PVT from stats.
Yeah.
Like,
now,
really insanely strong PVT.
The Tempests here are the answer to the Liberators. He'll tag it here so that he always knows exactly where they are so he doesn't miss them in any blind spots from his own vision. And look at this. He just guns it down, and the Liberators are completely useless. Now, there's an army going around this. Shine's got a nice zoomed-out shot here. This is actually a perfect location to get stormed, though. Here we go. Okay, now that's a really good flank of those disruptors.
Wow, what an engagement from Maru there. Beautifully done, targeting on the right disruptors with the Psy Storms from the high ground. Ridiculously strong against Maru's incoming army.
Okay, continuing to keep them back.
That was awesome.
That was really
what
impressive.
What a great move from Maru. Like, I was like, no, you're going to lose everything to disruptors. No, he targeted them perfectly.
That was insane.
Yeah.
Another scan over here. But I think Protoss wants to come in here again. There's almost no more Liberators. I think there's 3 total.
Yeah, not too many. He's making mostly Vikings now to fight against these Tempests a bit more. I love that Blink for DT's on the way.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Good call.
That can come in really
4
handy.
4 nukes.
I love that new EMP radius, too. Oh, 4 nukes?
Yeah.
I don't see any creep tumors, though.
Yeah,
Where's the creep tumors he's going to kill with these nukes? Isn't that what nukes are for? Clearing creep tumors?
I thought that's all they were for.
Oh, yeah, no, me too. That's weird. What a sniper.
I snipe. I'm an assassin.
Maru is, you know what?
I am the knight.
We were talking about how amazingly perfect stats is playing, but like some of these moves from Maru, really nice.
Well, they're both being
Flanking
so
army
patient here.
Yeah.
I mean, we so often just see players just go, just attack right in. You know, they make that sound. They make that sound as
They
their army.
do make that sound.
Yeah.
That's what they sound like.
I gotta say, I think Stats is starting to lose a little bit of control here.
Maru is outplaying him right this second, it feels like, and it's not like Stats is playing poorly. Like, this is a really reasonable unit composition that we see him using right now. It was kind of new, like, 4 months ago, but a lot of people using this kind of disruptor, Tempest, Stalker type of ball.
Well, he's just not going to get in here. Is this just a bad spot for Protoss to be trying to fight from? It seems like it's so wide and open for the Terran, and it's so hard to get your clunky units through this area.
I think he is missing a couple things that he could be doing here.
Like he
for
could
instance,
go to the upper right.
Yeah, he should be sending units around a little bit more. We see him sending a few units off to the side now, but I'd really like to see some speed warp prisms out in the map.
Oh, I like
Fly
that
2
idea.
speed warp prisms, you will get that into the main base no matter what, right? And if you just put 10 supply of charge lots in there, Maru's going to be, you know, I mean, Maru multitasks very well, but that's going to be hard to deal with, no doubt.
Okay.
My God, have an EMP!
Yeah. Can we see some more EMPs like that? Just all at once?
I feel like if you get hit by 4 EMPs...
It has to do damage to the hull, right?
Either hull damage or at least give them like some sort of weird confusion where like if you click down they walk up and stuff like that, you know? Like one of those really terrible mechanics that are in some games. It's like your unit is drunk or something.
Yeah, it just stumbles around.
I want to see what he's going to do with those